we're going to open the shutter and we're going to see the red PS13 for the first time with the new air suspension system on it.
It's a slow reveal.
Oh, it's a very slow. And I know it's going to be a slow reveal too. Do you want me to? I'm just going to wait. It's going to wait. Oh my God, that is unbelievable. Alright guys, welcome to today's video. We are heading back to Blackline Performance today to pick up the red PS13. Apparently they said it is phenomenal, but they've shown me no pictures because they're trying to give me the ultimate surprise when I go up there. We're going to head up there in the Supra today. The Mustang has been sold and a brand new car has been bought. It's in the shed, but I can't show it to you right now, but I'm going to explain more about that on the way. Before we set off, I am driving the Supra today, and you guys will notice that the Supra is running Strom STR3 wheels. These are absolutely perfect for this car. They're really mean, awesome concave. These actually go from 18 inch all the way up to 22 inch if you want to put it on like an X5 or something like that. They come in all VW, Audi and BMW fitments, and fitment is key because they have loads of different widths and sizes. They come in a bunch of different colors. They're very reasonably priced and they're holding up great on this car. They're really strong. They're not a cheap wheel, but they are for a very reasonable price. I advise you, if you've got a cool car, make it even cooler by putting some Strom wheels on it.
How many engine checks do you have now?
3.
Well, there's the first one.
As I said, it's whack-a-mole. You start the car, you go. Get rid of all the, well, 3, but I think by the end of next week we'll have them all gone. That's what I'm hoping. Say goodbye to Wayne. The active suspension in the car doesn't understand why the active suspension is not working anymore, so you can get these cancellers for it. So we have ordered those and they're on the way, so they'll just plug it in. That should solve that problem. And the rest will be done on the old Dynaroo.
Pops and crackles have started.
Have we gone?
What have you gone for? Have you gone for the tuner or the chicken?
I've gone for a bit of tuna. It looks horrendous, but it'll do.
I've gone for the tuner as well.
Yeah, looks better than.
And you've gone for, Jesus Christ, 2 types of energy drink.
It's gonna be a long day, Josh. It's gonna be a long day. All right, so this is normal mode on the Supra, so I'm gonna just show you. I put the foot down. Quite nice. A little bit of turbo flutter, bit of an exhaust note. Chat away in the car, no hassle. Little magic button here. Press sport mode. Now, when I put the foot down, AK-47. So, what I like to do is I like to see people on the motorway. They're going about their daily lives, their business. They're just thinking to themselves. And I feel like what would brighten up their day is a little bit of pop and bang. I think they just like that.
It's like guys impressing girls in handbrake turns. Like, everyone loves the handbrake turns. They just don't know it yet until they see it.
They don't know it until they see it. They might think in their head, think a really obnoxious red car going by me making loads of noise is obnoxious. But then, when they hear it, they go, that's a bit of fun. That's brightened up my day. I'm going to go straight home to my wife and say, oh, met the coolest guy ever today. Pops and bangs. So what I like to do is I like to come up behind them, tailgate a little bit, just so you can get them to pull over, because they can't hear the pops and bangs as well when you're not behind them. So motorway maintenance man here, he's trying it very fast. Let's see, he's going to pull in eventually. There he goes. And now he's like, oh, look at this lad. But wait till he hears this. Loved it.
Can't see a smile, but I bet there's a smile there.
I also have an Audi absolutely tailgating me now, so I'm going to give it a little bit of a blip. He liked the pops and bangs as well.
I can only imagine he is loving life back there.
He is. Truck drivers, now they love pops and bangs. Loved it.
Did you see
his friend wanted a little bit as well. They just love pops and bangs.
Right, so I've been handed over to do the maps whilst Dave informs you what's going on with a few cars in the channel. So you're going straight on for 0.6 at the moment, so...
Got 0.6 to explain it. Okay, so yesterday the Mustang was collected. It's been sold to a company in Ireland. You guys will probably, maybe by this time the video goes out, you'll know who it is, or maybe you won't, but I'll let them reveal it, and then we'll obviously let you know then. It was emotional. I've had an amazing time with that car. It was the first expensive, proper, powerful car, drift car, or pro drift car, technically, I've ever had. It has such an amazing story, going all the way from the USA, all the way to the Middle East, and then I imported it to Ireland. It's had loads of different liveries. It's actually probably been the most reliable car we've ever had. It's been the most powerful, but with the Corvette now being revamped after Josh's car finally working, I just think having 2 pro cars is just, 1, I don't get to use them enough, and 2, I don't really get the sense of having two pro cars when the Corvette is probably a bit more what I want to drive.
Turning right.
Turning right. It sounded like a proper sat-nav there, Josh.
In 0.1 kilometers, turn right.
Do I go left now? I do.
You do go left.
Yeah. I always said I wouldn't sell it, but seeing it sit there for most of its life, doing nothing, I really would prefer it to be out there shredding tires, someone else having fun with it and all that good stuff. However, the real reason I sold the Mustang, top of all of those justifications, is that I found a very, very special car that I wanted to buy. And I couldn't afford it without selling something that was expensive. So what I did was I sold it. The other car is now in the shed, but I'm not going to reveal that just yet because we have another few cars that we want to get through and get finished before then. But it's definitely worth waiting for, and it is definitely one of a kind. So this is not like a car that you know, there is many of them, because it's a one-off build.
Didn't actually expect to like it, and it's not anything that I would say you would expect it to be. I know we hype these up a lot and say that it's not where you expect it. I would quite safely say in the comments that every time we've got a new car and we've got you guys to ask, you've never guessed this car. No. So again, ask away in the comments and do your guesses, but go outside of the box instead of inside of the box.
Also, not only is it an incredibly rare car and one that I never thought I would own, even though for probably 15 years I've loved them, it's also a one-off version of that car. So that's enough teasing on that, just to keep you guys in the loop of what's going on.
Go on, give a clue. One clue? One clue. 2 words. American muscle. I'm actually throwing them off. I was going to say throwing off, but technically not wrong.
I'm not wrong, but I've thrown them off. Alright, so we are here, the boys from Blackline Performance. So it's been a week. I haven't seen anything. I'm very excited to see it. Do we think it's made a big improvement to the looks of the car?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Lowe is always making an improvement. I actually like this Golf as well.
Big Golf guy.
Big Golf guy.
Don't tell Marty that it's on air again, because he'll get really, really upset about it.
Oh no, this one is static, right?
Yeah.
So I said at Dubshed that this car was on air, and I'm now on camera apologising, going, not only is it not on air, but he's a lunatic for running it at this height on static. I just put it that way. As much as I love this and I'm distracting myself from it, we're going to open the shutter and we're going to see the red PS13 for the first time with the new air suspension system on it.
It's a slow reveal.
Oh, it's a very slow. And I know it's going to be a slow reveal too. Do you want me to? I'm just going to wait. Just going to wait. Oh my God, that is unbelievable. Now, I mean, we have a serious conversation to have over which PS13 is nicer, I think.
I didn't think it would change the appearance on it actually that much, but it really has given a whole new look to the car.
So, obviously, air suspension is air suspension.
Yeah.
But the setup is probably something people don't think a lot about, because you can put the bags in, you can do all that stuff, but actually getting the settings, the alignment, getting it perfect, that's also a job in itself, because there's no way you just threw the bags in and pressed the button and that just happened. There's a lot more to it.
You've got to set the camber right to try and get fitment as close as possible. Get the length of the struts to be just so that when you air out, it's not going to annihilate your fiberglass wings, but at the same time get as much lift as possible too.
So you're not just making it low, you're actually making it usable and making it drivable.
Yeah.
Which I can't believe with some of the cars that you're doing here, that they're still, I would have thought there was a huge compromise. That you're like, okay, the car now has air, so it's just useless and everything else except looking good. You make sure that they're road tested, they work properly, the alignment's good. Can I just see it aired up? Because I don't understand how, because we obviously wanted this for 2 reasons. One, for shows, because this is now like, come on, this is a show car. So that's literally where it was. So it was drivable at that. Oh, come on, it even goes, what? You used to do that on purpose now. I thought, it goes up, it's where it was now.
Oh, I thought you knew what was going on there.
I didn't.
I thought you knew it was going on at stages.
No, I thought that was literally as high as it went. I went, that's fine, that's where it was. And now,
This is speed bump mode. This is
this is the road to our shed is now not an issue mode.
So that first mode that you went to, you can drive it. That could be motorway mode.
We've set that to be roughly the same height as what it was when it came here. Set the alignment up again so that that is your main drive height.
Yeah.
But you still have all that lift should you need to get in and out of anywhere.
So you can drive it still looking good and low and functional, absolutely show spec to the ground. And what I have here is what I'll call Range Rover mode, where you can just go over, there's no incline or like, we would have thought, you know.
There's not even a cringe for a speed
No,
bump.
but you know what I mean? Like, remember we were getting, like, you get a ferry, for example. You're like, oh, here we go. It's never going to get in the ferry. This is just a normal car height. This is what I also call, like, NCT mode, I would call it as well. So I don't have to take all the bumpers off it and everything to go through an NCT. Like, it'll fit in NCT like that. They can check everything. Can we see all the bits now, how it works? That's what I really want to see.
I can't believe he fought the first stage. That completely wasn't speed bump mode.
Because you know on the Spirit Ray one, it only goes up like 30 mil.
Given that the boot was already as bare basics as possible,
It's a really complicated, we've just beautifully, all the upholstery
we've
there. Yep.
just kept everything as bare basics as possible. Compressor mounted to the side again on our silent compressors from ABP with the isolation mounts. Manifold mounted down, tank mounted down, again all proper rib nuts threaded in so it makes it easy, usable, serviceable.
It's so accessible.
You've still got boot space.
I can still put a bag in the boot.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What is it? Was this here before?
That is the drain for the bottom of the tank. So that's pretty much the only maintenance the system needs, is to keep on top of letting moisture out of the tank, keeps it out of the system. But it also acts as an inflation. Should something happen to the compressor, you can't get it to run, you can run an airline straight to that, fill the tank, fill the bags.
Well, that's very fancy.
Wait, how did we not know any of this beforehand?
Because we don't know a lot.
I mean, this is not a show car. I mean, this car has horsepower and all the other.
This 100% is a show car.
Who am I fooling? This thing is a show winner. That's what it is.
This
Can you imagine?
It'd be interesting to put them both together now at a
I
show.
have a feeling now when you park both of them beside each other, it's a tough choice. I know people are obsessed with the Spirit Ray car. I know other people.
I say you're Team Spirit Ray. I'm Team Red. It's not a great name for it. Team Red.
So we've got an app. That is unbelievable. Like, look how close. There is no better fitment than that. I think that's nearly better. That's nearly, if not as good as the Spirit Ray, I think it's better.
It's different and better, I'd say.
You guys have absolutely smashed it out of the park. So I just want to recommend, before we go off and take really nice fancy videos and images of this car, which I have absolutely, there's no way we're leaving today without doing that, because I need them just on my phone. But you guys have absolutely smashed it. So if you guys want to do, I mean, there's a lot of JDM guys in Ireland that don't think this is an option because they think air suspension is going to ruin the ride quality. They think it's going to ruin the handling or the ability of the car. This car is still technically a street drift car, and it's still going to work the same on airbags. With the technology moving so fast, with even the BC Racing coilovers being able to be used as a base for it, like, this is the only way to go. You can go to a show and look like this. You can drive it home on full height, up your lane at your house, not have to worry about it. No more big cracks on your bumper. Every car that comes to a show that's low, the bumper is an absolute misery. The back bumper's hanging off, there's cable ties everywhere. You can build the car once right, get it all cleaned up, and then you don't have to worry about it like a stock car, taking bumpers off all the time. So give the guys in Blackline Performance a shout. I guarantee you, if you get the same feeling that I'm getting today, it's so worth making that call. So thank you so much, guys. That's been amazing. Josh, more fancy montages. That's all I want to do today.
Okay, so montage over. Car now has central locking, which is very handy, and a very fancy alarm put in. So I get the honours of doing the first drive in the car and testing what it's actually like. Okay, so I think this is set to drive height. Looks about right. So far feels exactly the same, which is a good thing. Bumpy road test. Still firm, but not bad. Oh, bump. Nice. Again, pretty much the same as it was before. I will say there is some false perspectives on air suspension, which I was a person that believed that they're all for show and no for go, and you lose your performance and handling of the car and everything like that. But I mean, we haven't taken this thing on the track, but it genuinely feels exactly the same as when it was on coilovers. Technically, it's still on the coilover strut, so it should still feel like that. Pretty amazed at a first impression. Also, no word of lie, the speedo is massively off on this car. I'm probably doing 70 kilometers an hour right now, and it's showing. I'm guessing that's because it probably came on 15 or 16 inch wheels, and now it's on 18s. Do I really want to be the guy that lowers the car to the floor at the petrol station? Absolutely. It's like ultimate dickhead move to lower at the petrol station, but it's absolutely essential, I think.
Absolutely. It's also, I'm on the phone here, Josh, so say hello, Keen.
Josh,
Yeah?
you're a
There you go.
He said I'm a very nice guy. This thing is unreal. Finally, the sign I've been waiting for. Let's air it up. Oh. Okay, we're aired up. Speed bumps, not a bother. Speed bump. And what? I've been down this road many times with this car before, and it's always been a problem, but not anymore. I will say, when it's aired up, it's a lot stiffer, and I mean a lot stiffer. But then again, when it's raised up, it is for going over bumps like this or getting into places. So, who really cares? And then I'm just gonna slow down. Which you can do while you're still moving, which is phenomenal. Oh, this car just got a lot better. A lot better. Thanks to air suspension and Blackline.
Game changer with the speed bumps.
That is absolutely fantastic. The only scary thing is you have no idea where it is.
You have no idea what height you're at.
Like, yeah, respectable.
I think it'll actually go over the speed bumps better at that right height. When you put it all the way up, you were just sailing over it like it was a van. It's amazing. And to be honest, the reason everyone wants to know, why didn't Dave drive his own car back? Because I just wanted to look at it on the motorway. Because you never get to see your own car driving. So that's like, I take every advantage to look at it on the way. And it's just
I have absolutely no problem with that, if I'm going to be honest. Still, I was scared I wouldn't like this car as much. Still like it as much, so.
So it drives as good as it did, if not better.
Yep.
On the normal drive mode. So the BC Racing coilovers working exactly as they did before. Still capable, still can skid, still can drift, still can do all
Well, we haven't tested that yet, so I reckon that's his next. If it can go around the track like it did before.
I reckon in a future episode, if we take this and the Spirit Ray car when they're both finished to the track and do some drifting, we've proven the point that you can have a show car that also does skids, that does it all. Because of the technology of the ECUs now, of the airlifts and all that stuff, that's just changed everything. You don't have to do the compromise like you used to do years ago, so that's amazing. Alright, so PS13 is back in the shed. We obviously can't show you the new car that has replaced the Mustang. We'll talk a little bit more about who has the Mustang now and what's going on with that in a future episode, or you'll see it on our social media when it's released from the person who's bought it.
You said a lot and didn't give a lot away there.
No, but if you check the social media over the next couple of days, you'll all know the story of what's happened there. But we're going to reveal it in videos anyway. The PS13 is now nearly finished. Also, the car has tracker and alarm now as well. So thank you to the guys from Blackline Performance. We're not sponsored by Blackline Performance, by the way. They're just incredibly good at what they do. You drop the car off, they've spent so long setting it up, getting it right, doing all the wiring correctly and everything. I just highly recommend them. And a bunch of car enthusiasts that actually take care in the work they're doing, which is really, really awesome.
They care about fitment.
They care about fitment, and not many people do, and we do. 2 cars over there you guys haven't seen yet, but in the next 2 videos or so you will see all of that, and we're super excited to show you everything. So thanks for watching this episode. Make sure to subscribe. Also, right now we got a massive sale going on the Drift Games shop. Your buying of the cool stuff on the shop allows us the budget to go and make more cool stuff on the channel. So thank you so much to everybody who supported us so far. Grab something cool, it's on sale, it's cheaper than you'll ever get it at a show or online any other time, so just take my word for it. Other than that, we'll see you guys in the next episode. We're about to go have a blast of a weekend. Josh is going drifting, and yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun.